Baby Candace Owens appears to have a clear explanation as to why. Until now, Diddy is walking free without a care in the world. It revolves around what Kanye West has mentioned several times, that Diddy is collaborating with the federal authorities.
And the reason why you got chalk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying?
Does Kanye West possess knowledge that's eluding us? Has he shared this information with Candace? The way this informant narrative has spread since the release of the hotel footage featuring Diddy and Cassie is astounding. Honestly, I'm not surprised that the footage from the hotel is still sparking discussion. What's striking is Cassie's revelation in her lawsuit that she initially fled to her apartment, but returned to the hotel upon realizing that her departure would further enrage Diddy, trapping her in his vicious cycle. Upon her return, hotel security encouraged her to leave again, indicating they had witnessed Diddy's aggressive behavior on the security footage. The lawsuit also claims Diddy paid $50,000 for the hallway security footage, yet a copy remains in circulation. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office released a statement regarding the surveillance video, stating they couldn't press charges due to the statute of limitations. They acknowledged the disturbing nature of the footage, but cited the timeline as a limitation. To date, law enforcement hasn't presented a case against Mr. Combs regarding the depicted attack. However, according to Candace Owens, Diddy's lack of arrest isn't solely due to the timing of the incident. Rather, it allegedly involves his collaboration with federal authorities. Candace has expressed numerous opinions about Diddy over the years, particularly after the initial lawsuit, suggesting that she believes higher-profile individuals are being shielded. The feds are currently raiding Diddy's house. They already knew what he was up to, but he's going to be the fall guy to protect those at the top of the ring. They're raiding his home to hide evidence, not to find it. That's how this works. Additionally, when the surveillance footage from the hotel was leaked, Candace shared it on her feed and tweeted, "He's not in jail because he's a Fed SLCI asset." Speaking of Kanye trying to warn us, Candace was definitely referring to the times Kanye suggested that Diddy was working with the feds. For instance, some time ago, Kanye shared a screenshot of a text conversation between himself and Diddy, where Diddy seemed to want to discuss to face the controversy Kanye had stirred up with his White Lives Matter shirts and comments about ending the Black Lives Matter movement. In the conversation, Kanye said, "I don't like a combo. I'm selling these tees. Nobody can get in between me and my money. Never call me with no BS like that again unless you're ready to greenlight me, 'cause anybody that got on that tee is me." Diddy then asked for Kanye's address to talk in person, and that's when Kanye called him a Fed. Again in 2022, Kanye stood by his remark as he accused Diddy of having possible connections with federal agents during an appearance on the Drink Champs podcast. During his conversation with host Nor and DJ EFN, Kanye said he doesn't have any celebrity friends because no one helped him when he went on social media asking for assistance, after allegedly claiming his ex-wife Kim Kardashian kidnapped his daughter North. But then he also said that Diddy is working for the V.
You gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car.
Kanye recently made it abundantly clear that he wants no involvement with Diddy. Just the other day, Diddy, accompanied by his entourage, attended Rolling Loud in Los Angeles with the intention of personally greeting Kanye backstage. However, according to TMZ, Kanye seemed disinterested or indifferent to the proposed meeting. Despite Diddy's apparent support for Kanye at the festival, and even bringing up his children to watch the performance, Kanye reportedly instructed his team that he did not wish to see Diddy face-to-face. It's as if he had no interest whatsoever in talking to or being seen with Diddy. Anyway, returning to the topic of Diddy and the possibility that he could be working for the feds, there have been a few indications. Many people have raised suspicions since the lawsuits were filed. For instance, during the raids on Diddy's homes in LA and Miami, King and Justin were detained while the search was underway. From the videos and photos circulating, you can see them in handcuffs conversing with the authorities. Missa Hilton even shared footage showing how the feds entered the Westlake property, spreading out across the home in search of evidence. Kim and Justin were detained in a hallway inside the house, with Justin seen approaching law enforcement personnel with his hands raised at one point, while King was handcuffed with his chest against a wall. Additionally, apart from Diddy's two sons, two of his assistants were also detained and questioned. Furthermore, a former Syracuse basketball player, Brendan Paul, was arrested on 2 felony charges during the operation. Brendan was apprehended at Miami Airport and accused of acting as Diddy's alleged mule. He was detained at Opa-locka Airport before boarding Diddy's private jet. According to court records, he was booked for cocaine and controlled substance possession, then released after posting a $2,500 bail. His arrest wasn't surprising, considering his name appeared more than 10 times in the February lawsuit filed by music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones as Diddy's alleged mule. Despite raids on Diddy's homes and people getting questioned, he wasn't detained. He was only seen pacing around outside a customs office at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport, but was never detained. These incidents have fueled beliefs that he could be an informant. Apart from Canny and Candace, others have expressed similar suspicions. Suge Knight tweeted suggesting something bigger was happening, referencing Clive Davis and Jeffrey Epstein. He implied that the raids weren't focused on Diddy, but on destroying incriminating evidence on powerful men. Gene Deal also suggested that Diddy might be working with the feds. As someone who has spoken extensively about Diddy, his opinion carries weight. Gene specifically mentioned that as a paid informant, the feds might allow their informants to commit crimes as long as they don't harm people in exchange for protection. There were previous reports claiming that Diddy had been pressured to the point of having to cooperate with authorities and reveal everyone involved in his dealings, sparing no one. Diddy was already facing significant mortgage debt on luxury mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. And with the financial strain from lawsuits, he may be taking drastic measures to salvage his finances, even if it means cooperating with authorities. Given these circumstances, many people don't need much convincing to believe that Diddy may be working with the feds. In fact, numerous social media comments echo this sentiment, indicating widespread skepticism about Diddy's involvement. Numerous celebrities serve as assets of the government, tasked solely with manipulating public opinion on certain matters through lies and manipulation. The CIA has long utilized Hollywood and celebrities for this purpose. It's time to reject anything associated with Hollywood and elite society. If by any chance Diddy is indeed collaborating with the feds, it raises concerns about the need for a public audit and significant downsizing of federal agencies. Why would they require individuals like Diddy as assets in the first place? It's absurd to think that such individuals are being paid for information. However, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the possibility of Diddy being an informant. Do you agree with figures like Canny and Candace? Share your opinions in the comments section below.